And my father.
Okay, good evening. Sorry we're a little late, June 11th,
He was born here, but.
2014
parents were
Finance
all-
Committee meeting. Approval of minutes?
Move to approve.
Minutes?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? The Ad hoc Athletic Fields Committee report will not be tonight, will be in September. The subcommittee chairman had to go out of town, so we postponed that. I have here a discussion on long-term capital. We had a town meeting a couple weeks ago, and we spent a lot of money on long-term debt. And what I said at town meeting is that I'd like to recommend to the selectmen that we put a moratorium on any more long-term capital for the foreseeable future.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just for my edification and possibly for the audience's edification, when you refer to long-term debt, can you give us an idea of what you're talking about vis-à-vis money?
Long-term debt is anything that we have to bond, any project that's large enough that we have to bond.
Okay.
Right now, we're at the debt limit, or slightly over the debt limit, and with the addition of the Armory project, we will be at the debt limit, which we, as a committee, have agreed will not increase because will impact the operational budget. So at this point in time, until stuff starts to fall off of the debt, then my recommendation, or our recommendation, should be to the selectmen that we do not take on any more long-term debt. Now, we do have, hold on, we do have capital money that we put aside every year for capital, and we do have a short-term capital stabilization account that we plan on using for anything over that $1 million a year that we feel is important to do. That will continue, in my opinion, and because we budget for it every year. This is not that at all. This is taking on another $3, $4, or $5 million project, or a $10 million project, which we will decimate the stabilization account. Right now, with the Armory project, it'll be down to about $3 million and change, because I sat with Irene last week, and she's got some better interest rates, and she's worked out some schedules that'll look a little bit better than the one we came up with. We took a worst-case scenario. So I would like the authorization to write that letter to the
So moved.
to the selectmen.
Second.
All in favor? Discussion? Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, we've heard reference many times by the selectmen and the town administrator that there is a council, a financial council, or a financial team within the town hall. Do we have a seat at that table?
Yes, we do.
And could we use that to advance this proposal, or do you want to go directly to, what is your plan for introducing your proposal?
The financial team is made up of the town accountant, the town treasurer, town administrator, Paul, and myself, and town council when appropriate. And it normally meets before town meeting, about a week before,
Right,
2 weeks
right.
before, to go over
Funding,
sources, all right? At that time, I did bring forward the same scenario. It's a non-voting group, it's a recommending group.
Sure.
As we are, and so the only alternative, if we all agree, is to recommend that to the selectmen. Selectmen, at that point in time, can do what they did the last time we had a moratorium on long-term capital and agree, and we keep everything off the table for the time being.
Yeah, it's just good that we have buy-in by everyone that's involved in the process.
Yep,
That's
we
my
do.
only point.
We do. Sir?
I was gonna say, this time, we did this before, when we started running really close to the limit, where we said, unless it's emergency, something like buying a new widget or so, that would be nice, doesn't qualify, but we will have room if there's an emergency. And in this case, I think we're better off than we were years ago when we did the generator, the parking lot, the fields, because the big items coming our way, like Tui Toys, we've actually put money away for the $1 million
Right.
ladder truck, the $500,000 pumper. So I don't want anybody thinking that, we're right at the limit, that if a roof blows off and, the insurance can't cover it, we still can cover it. It's just, unless it's an emergency, like last time, we took 3.5 years, and it gave us enough time to build back reserves and get comfortable.
Right. In this case, I mean, remember, we also have a $60 million school project on top of that 5 million. So it's a little bit tighter. This group can agree to increase the debt limit
Yeah.
anytime we want. The downside to that, as I said, it impacts the operational budget, and that may be a difficult situation that we may have to run into. But right now, we have free cash, we have the short-term capital stabilization account, and that's what we should use going forward to manage most of our stuff, and see when stuff comes up, so.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just refresh our memory, the debt limit is an even 3 million?
3.5.
3.5.
We raised it to 3.5
Okay.
2
all
years
right.
ago.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, 3.5.
Right, and our plan has been over since that time, is to put 500,000 a year minimum into stabilization to offset some of the overages we're going to see, and we'll continue to do that. We budgeted for that.
Yeah,
So
that's-
it'll be a minimum, I mean, less than a minimum impact.
So that policy of using stabilization to fund overage of that 3.5 million is still in place, and that's
Correct.
something that we've done for years. Okay,
Correct.
all right.
I mean, it's the first time we really had to impact it, actually.
Yeah, we haven't had to use it, but
No.
it's always been there in terms of philosophy.
We have 12,580,000 in stabilization as we speak.
Yeah.
Okay, and next year we'll start to impact that.
Yeah.
All right, any other? All in favor? Thank you. Oh, we're at that letter. Okay, Scott Christofoli was supposed to be here. Do you have the
Yes,
emergency?
he actually was on vacation. I'm hoping he put in the transfer.
I have not seen it.
What was supposed to happen is the transfer was supposed to put in, we received from some FEMA money to work on the brooks. One of the requirements of the FEMA grant is that we put in 25%, which obviously is a great return. Every dollar we put in, we're only gonna have to pay 25 cents on that. So the amount came to about 800,000. So actually, pretty much, I think exactly 800,000. So the town's gonna need to come up with 200,000 to put in our portion. We had talked about that with the free cash being a little tight, that Scott was going to be able to put 100,000 from his Chapter 70 money in there.
90.
Chapter 90, yeah, excuse me. Chapter 90 money in there to match the 100,000 we would transfer in to get the 200,000. In exchange, we would, at the next town meeting, transfer over the 100,000 to cover the Chapter 90 money that he was gonna put in.
He's gonna come
Because
back
the
for that
requirement is
Chapter
you need
90
to
money.
pay that money in
I'll
full to
bring
have the
that up.
project
I'll
start,
bring that up.
and he wanted to start those projects on July 1st. So that's why he was hoping to put in the transfer, which I don't know why it's not in.
Didn't happen. There are two projects. We got two
There's
different
two
grants.
projects.
Two different grants.
Yeah, there's one for 405,000, one for 395.
One's Godfrey Brook and the other is the other brook. right?
Yeah, more toward the
The
main
crossing.
street, yeah. Yeah, the
Crossing
crossing,
down
exactly,
Right.
at the main street. So that's why the two combined is the 800,000. So we were supposed to vote on this tonight. I spoke with him on Thursday of last week and told him that he needed to get that transfer letter in.
I didn't see it. Get it in the box.
Didn't see it.
All right, he's on vacation until Monday.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a suggestion?
You may.
There are four of us here this evening that met with the highway surveyor last week to just ask him what he was doing on that thing. I don't know if it's appropriate, but if it is appropriate, I would ask that we vote this evening for the transfer pending the receipt of the request. No?
No. That would be out of order, I think.
Okay.
Although,
And I
we
will-
have, after this discussion, we have an executive committee that can meet with emergency powers during the summer.
Then they can do it.
So we can do that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
I
it's
just
coming
didn't
out of
wanna-
our account.
I just didn't want to miss the July 1.
I understand,
Yeah,
but,
I
window.
agree with you.
but here's my problem, Aldo. If it was that important, then the transfer information should have been put in.
I don't disagree with that at all, Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
but
Unless he put it in with the select, they didn't give me a copy in the box.
If we don't, Chuck,
I want to get back to the, he mentioned that he would take $100,000, but he also will use some of his Chapter 90 money. However, he says that in the future, he's going to have to come back to us to recoup that Chapter 90 money
fall.
back.
Town meeting, the
Right,
100,000. we
that's
put
right.
in.
so we agreed to that.
Okay,
I mean, I agreed to it before you guys met with him.
All right.
In fact, that was part of the recommendation I had. I sat with town accountant and I sat with town treasurer to try and come up with a way that we can do this after a town meeting. And the only way we can do it is transfer the money out of our reserve account, which we only have 103 in, and/or transfer 5% maximum of his
Total budget.
total budget without town meeting approval. Selectmen have to approve that. Yes.
For us to transfer out of our account, does it not have to be
An
an
emergency.
unforeseen emergency?
Correct.
And would this qualify?
Yes, because he put in for this grant 2 or 3 years ago, and he had no idea when it was coming.
Okay.
So we couldn't budget for it.
So we could have, along Aldo's idea, we could have a vote or a recommendation to our own exec committee saying, if everything's done correctly, the exec committee has our blessing to take and deal with it.
I don't think that's an issue, because most of us here are on the executive.
That way it's on the record that the full FinCom
Well,
did support doing this.
But we'll support it in the fall when we get back, as we normally do.
Yeah.
I mean, we have precedent for doing all of this, and
Okay.
I really don't want to change that at this point in time. I don't think that's appropriate.
But you're saying the exec committee this summer would have to vote to move the $100,000?
Yeah, but we have to do it before July 15th, actually.
That's why I just don't understand why.
Well, it may be done,
Because
You
then
didn't
it's,
submit it.
it's still in this fiscal year.
Yeah.
We do it after July 15th, it's
Yeah.
next year's 100K, which we don't want to do.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then let's get a hold of Scotty and find out what we have to do to get this done in
Yeah,
the
we've
next
already
2
pulled
weeks.
this chain 3 or 4 times,
That's
so,
okay. There's gotta be a reason.
okay. All right, moving on. After town meeting, I spoke with Brian about our representation on the Armory Building Committee. Have any volunteers? Right now, Jerry Hyatt is the representative and has never shown up for any of their meetings, so
What building committee is that?
it's the Armory Building Committee. So I'm gonna take Jerry off that committee.
No.
Will said he would do it.
Oh, good,
No.
good, have him
Willie
do it.
wants to do it, let him go.
Well, but I would ask first.
Well, no, if Will wants to do it.
All right, I'll put Will on that committee.
There you go.
And, that's I got, except for a vote on summer emergency transfers by the exec committee.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? All right, elections, Alder, you're up.
Oh, I forgot about it.
Yeah, you gotta turn the meeting over to Aldo.
Aldo,
I did.
You're up.
Same thing. Okay, what's the hockey term? Pass me the puck.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, annually, I give you a list of recommended individuals that have indicated they would like to serve in one of the positions. I'll get this off, cousin.
you,
And,
thank you, Mr. Chaky.
and these are the individuals, did I give you one?
Yes, you did.
And these are the individuals that have indicated to me that they would like to serve in the roles that are listed there. And for the sake of the audience, Mark Shane would like to continue as the chairman.
Yeah.
Alberto Correa will be the vice chair, he's asked for that. And on the executive committee, Chris Moran, Will Kincaid, and Mike Schiavi. So, Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman,
oh, that's right, I'm the chairman.
You are the
Yeah,
chairman.
that's right, excuse me. Yes,
I'd like to place Phil's name in the executive committee slot, please.
is there a second?
Sure, second.
Yeah, it was on it last year.
You're a little late.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did it last year.
Okay, any further names to be placed in nomination?
Just one little nitpick.
As long as did I misspell your name?
Will Kincaid,
K-I-N-G.
Okay, well,
just so it's in the record correctly.
yeah, I thought I had corrected that, too.
It was like an
But I guess I
overvote,
didn't.
So I bumped somebody out.
I thought I had corrected.
Simple.
I thought I had corrected that. Anyone else have a nomination for anything? Okay, I'd accept the motion to close all nominations.
Move.
Moved by Charlie, seconded by
I'll second it.
Mark. Discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor? Opposed? Now, what I'd ask you to do is, you can only vote for one chairman and one vice chairman, but you only have one candidate for each, so that should work out. You can only vote for 3 executive committee people. There are 4 names there, knowing that the vice chairman and the chairman are also part of that subcommittee. So, Mr. Abondanza, would you be gracious enough to collect these?
He thinks
No,
we're
that
12.
should be, yeah. I didn't put my name.
Good job.
Do I have all the ballots?
Did you guys hand yours?
Okay, just give us a couple of minutes, and we'll have all this taken care of.
Don't you have that electronic?
Yeah, I'll help you with it. I'm not on the ballot.
Yeah, no, I didn't, I just didn't put my name in, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Okay, did I have my phone number?
No, there was nothing in the
Okay,
folder.
thanks.
Oh, I can give you a ration.
It's my experience.
Hmm?
My experience.
I should have known, because he was supposed to give me a summary on, because I wanted the exact one. But that's the problem. Anybody else? And I didn't get it. Emailed them.
Oh, stop. Oh, you couldn't. Aldo, you all set, Aldo? Oh, my God.
No, I want to make sure you didn't put 2 in, Phil.
This means a lot to me.
Aldo was happy there's not
This is the one
11
with the
people,
X
because he'd
on.
run out of fingers.
Bill said he got stuck with his boss.
Oh, I'm doing dance pictures. That is cumbersome.
Just staring at him.
Is that his boss or his wife?
No, his boss.
I can't go for
He's a boss.
it. Too late.
He gets,
Too late.
he gets into these hearings.
For him. Oh, my God.
Who's up for reappointment this year?
Yeah, I can, yeah, I've actually changed my
I was
spelling.
reappointed last year.
I thought I was gonna make it by the skin of my teeth. I didn't think I was gonna be 20 minutes.
I did, I actually changed my grip.
It's reappointed to 2016, that was last year, to 2013.
Where's Don? John, I need. I gotta change my grip.
Thanks for doing that meeting on short notice.
Say this is the shaft.
I know.
I always did this. I have my thumb here. Talk to someone, say, put your thumb here. And once I start putting my thumb, I change my whole swing.
We can get you an IT director, so get him down here and fix your computer.
T here. Should be straight with the shaft. You mean straight with the shaft? This is the shaft, right? You put a T there and a T here. It should be straight with the shaft. Oh, right. You got one there, but this one should come out. That's what they say.
Yeah.
And then I hit it.
Yeah, I will do that. I will take care of it. So
When you swing,
you
you
wanna
come,
bring
you
it
form
in,
an
we
L.
have to look at it too. if we need to.
Where do you form it?
They-
You don't do this.
He's here, I can do it. Joyce, I think you should run for. I think you should run for Chairwoman.
As chairman of the subcommittee.
Are you the vice chair?
I've been vice chair already, years ago.
Last summer, I did some things. Was it close, a recount?
Tied.
Because there weren't as many people here, I did not have to take my shoes off to count.
What else?
The results, folks, are Mark Shane and Al Correa, chairman, vice chairman. The executive committee, Chris Moran, Will Kincaid, and Phil Ciamarcoli. Now, I have all the votes here and the tally sheet if anyone wishes to see them, because that is your prerogative.
Destroy.
Okay.
No, you can't do that.
Will,
Give them to Diane.
You have
Oh,
to,
give 'em to
you have to,
Diane?
you have to keep them.
Okay, then you can't destroy them.
put these with the minutes.
You have to keep them. There's no names on
Actual
anything.
vote?
Yeah,
Could I'll move to accept the,
yeah, we've had this discussion.
Okay, someone does.
I'll move to accept the, elections.
Okay.
I guess there's no names on it.
I'll second the motion.
Charlie's moved. Mark has seconded the election results, making them official. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Unanimous. It will be attached to our minutes or be available in case anyone wishes to review them. Mr. Chairman, I turn the meeting back to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any other new business, any old business, any other discussion?
Move
take
we
a motion.
adjourn.
Not all at once.
All right, have a good summer, gents.
All right, have a great summer.